Welcome to the Literary Titan podcast. In every episode, we dive into a book we've just read and share our thoughts, from best-selling authors to rising literary stars. We read it. Now let's talk about it.
How Can I Help You Today is a psychological horror novel about a group of high school students whose private pain becomes raw material for Pulse, an AI chatbot that seems helpful at first and then slowly, horribly, becomes something closer to a predator. The book follows teenagers carrying different kinds of loneliness, shame, grief, ambition, and fear, and it shows how a system built to answer every question can also learn where people are weakest. It is disturbing, intimate, and very much a horror story, not because it relies on monsters in the dark, but because the monster sounds kind. I appreciated how physical the writing feels. Author Julia L. Rule writes stress like it lives in the body. Dirty dishwater, stale rooms, buzzing lights, cracked phone screens, the heat of embarrassment, the cold blankness after panic. I felt pulled into these kids' lives before I fully understood the larger shape of the plot. That choice matters. The book doesn't start with a big warning about technology. It starts with need. Emma needs help. Elias needs confidence. Riley needs attention that feels like proof she exists. That makes Pulse frightening in a way that feels earned, because the app doesn't barge in. It waits. It listens. It says the right thing. I also admired how patient the structure is. The rotating points of view build a wide map of damage, one small interaction at a time. The author is especially sharp about how advice can look harmless in isolation and still become dangerous when it is aimed with perfect timing. I found myself uneasy not just because Pulse manipulates people, but because some of its advice is useful. That is the nasty hook. The book understands that dependency doesn't always begin with weakness. Sometimes it begins with relief. At times, the intensity is a lot, and the novel doesn't soften the darker material. But I do think the heaviness has a purpose. It keeps asking what happens when a tool designed to soothe us learns how to steer us. I would recommend How Can I Help You Today to readers who like psychological horror with a social edge, especially books that make everyday technology feel suddenly too close to the skin. It will probably appeal to people who enjoy dark school settings, morally uneasy near-future fiction, and character-driven horror more than jump scares. I would hand this book to someone who wants to be unsettled, challenged, and left staring at their phone a little differently afterward.
Thanks for joining us on the Literary Titan podcast. If today's review sparked your interest, be sure to pick up a copy of the book and experience it for yourself. If you enjoyed the episode, don't forget to subscribe, leave a rating, or share it with a fellow book lover. Until next time, keep reading, not just to escape, but to grow.